Hi, everyone, and welcome to the OK Den Show.
Hey, y'all.
I am Titia Owens, the Madre.
And I'm Chyna Elizabeth's daughter. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Chyna, what show is this for us?
This is 31.
31?
Yeah, we hit the 30. We in the 30s or whatever.
We in the 30s.
Yeah.
We're so excited that you all are continuing to support us and tune in to the OK Den Show. And, of course, we want to make sure that you all are staying connected to us at all times. And we have some different topics that are going to be coming up in the future. But what we would like for you all to do, if you know of any mothers and daughters or siblings or family members that you'd like to see come on our show and talk about some of their dynamics, they can reach out to us.
For sure. Let us know. Reach out to us in the DM. Comment on the videos. Just send them some Instagram profiles if anything, or just whoever you think will be great. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're looking to have more guests on, so send that information to us. But we're going to jump right in.
Yes, what we talking about today?
So the subject matter is cohabitation, a.k.a.
shacking.
Shacking.
Y'all be out here shacking. Y'all know y'all is not right. I'm telling you.
And so one of the reasons why we're dealing with this subject matter, so I wrote a book.
Yes.
It's called How to Get Rid of a Man. And in the book, one of the chapters deals with shacking. And so we wanted to expound on that. So you guys can always go to barnesandnobles.com to get my book, or you can go to Titia Owens Books Square dot.
No, Titia Owens Books dot square my site.
Square dot site. Square dot site.
We'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
And you can just click it, you know, and it'll take you right to it.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll add it in because we can't remember it.
But it is a great book, guys. I was so tuned in. I finished it in one night because I was like, wait a minute. I did not know none of this. Well, actually, I sat in, but it was like rehearing it again.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all was really crazy. Well, she was really crazy, but her and my daddy, because it's about her and my daddy's relationship or whatever, and they was crazy.
We were not crazy. We were just young and ignorant.
Well, that's even, own it.
But anyway, you can read more about us and how to get rid of a man, okay?
Yes.
And so then we're going to jump right into it. And again, one of the subject matters in the book is titled Shacking. So we wanted to expound on that for you all that are contemplating it or actually going through it right now, okay?
And this will be a part 1 and a part 2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Okay.
That's what she said, so that's what we're doing.
Okay.
But I'm going to start with scripture.
Yes.
Okay? So this scripture came to mind when I was dealing with this subject matter and how it addresses sin. And this is Colossians 3:5. Colossians 3:5 says, "Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry." So that scripture alone is convicting to why we should not be shacking, okay? Yeah. Because when you're shacking, a lot of these things rise up.
Yeah.
They rise up in us automatically on our own just because we just have sinful natures.
Yeah, that flesh.
But if we're putting ourselves in a situation where we cause ourselves to fight these things, a lot of times we lose if we're not strong in the Lord. So let me just say that up front.
And Jesus told us to run.
Flee from sin.
Okay? Run. So if you in the vicinity, you in proximity or whatever, you ain't running, you going to it.
Right then. So I'm going to start with, first of all, how we think things benefit us when we shack. This is what our natural mind tells us. So the first thing, we always feel like there's some compatibility there. So we feel like the reason why we could live together is because we're compatible. We'll allow ourselves to work together, build our wealth together, do business together. And this is more so from the standpoint of a relationship. So a dating relationship that's possibly trying to see where they're going to go in their relationship, okay?
Yeah.
And then some people feel like, again, financial benefits are a key. They feel like that. They feel like if they put their monies together, of course, for future goals, that this is going to be a good thing.
A benefit.
You know.
Yeah. In a way.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Right.
Sometimes they feel like emotional support is a key. They feel like that joining together is going to strengthen their relationship. They're going to know each other so much better. So it can help. And then they also feel like increased intimacy is a positive. So it enhances their intimacy or it deepens emotional bonds. That's what we believe in our sinful nature.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that again because, again, that goes against, if you're a believer or a Christian, it goes against your thought processes because in your mind, those things that you feel would be a benefit are contradictory to what the word says and what the scripture was I just read to you.
For sure.
But these are also the negatives that come with shacking. So there's always a risk of breaking up. There's always cohabitating couples may be at a higher risk of breaking up than married couples, particularly if they did not have a clear commitment to marriage from the start. So a lot of times people think that
they're on the way to something.
Yeah, they're on the way to something, and that was something that was never discussed. One of the things I talk about in my book is, when my dating partner at the time was telling me that I was going to be the mother of his children. And because he was saying I was going to be the mother of his children, in my mind I had decided he wanted to marry me.
Yeah.
But those were not the words that were coming out of his mouth, and so that was my interpretation.
Yeah, we be real bad about interpreting what men be saying, but they really be straight to the point, and we just be making up stuff, making it seem like they said something, but at the end of the day, they ain't said that.
They ain't said that. It wasn't nowhere in the vicinity.
Nowhere. And he said he want you to have his kids.
That's it. Wasn't no I do's in that sense.
You was gonna be baby mama.
Basically. Hashtag baby mama. So anyway, that is the thing. We feel like sometimes if we make these commitments on the front end, that our payoff is going to be long-term commitment, and that's not always the case. So don't think that just because you're living with someone that is a route to having them become your husband or wife.
Yeah.
Okay?
So good.
Legal and financial issues are also a concern when cohabitating or shacking. Because the thing about it is, when you are dealing with someone and you all buy things together or you start sharing expenses, just say, for instance, it doesn't work out. Then there's some legal rights that have to come into play. Some protections of things as to who gets what or who's supposed to have this or have that. And those are just things that you add into the relationship based on non-commitment. So you don't know how things are going to work out. It's a toss-up, basically. So you're putting the relationship at risk from the beginning with not having a commitment. And then, like I said, if you sometimes invest in things together, you don't know how it's going to turn out. So that's also a consequence in the end.
Yeah.
Lack of formal commitment. Lack of formal commitment means that some individuals may cohabitate without a clear commitment to marriage, which can lead to uncertainty and potential emotional distress. So it goes back to the same things of what we were just saying. Again, when you're emotionally distressed, you're trying to figure out where are we going?
Yeah.
What's going to happen with us? And if you have that kind of mindset in the relationship, on the foundation side of it,
it ain't going to be good in the marriage.
No, it's not going to be good because you've built the relationship on a shaky ground.
Yeah.
And uncertainty, not knowing what's going to come.
Yeah.
So you're always trying to figure out
what's really going on. You need somebody that's going to be straight up and honest.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the other thing. Social and family pressure. Social and family pressure. So it says this: depending on cultural and family expectations, cohabitation before marriage may be met with disapproval and pressure from others. It's essential to recognize that the dynamics of each relationships are unique, and the decision to cohabitate or not should be based on individual preferences, values, and circumstances. Open communication, mutual understanding, and a clear expectation are crucial for couples navigating the decision to cohabitate before marriage. So this is the thing. I am not in agreement with cohabitation before marriage. I have done it. I have experienced it. And this is also the thing. we just talked about foundation.
Mm-hmm.
When your father and I were dating, and in my mind, to live with him was gonna bring more of a commitment from him, more security from him, and I felt like I had his mind of going toward us spending our lives together. Now, true enough, we did get married. Um, we had decided that we were going to be together when we were dating. However, there was still some discretions happening while we were dating. Um, we did not have the commitment that we said we were having, and we were not building each other's security.
Yeah.
Because we knew we could come and go as we pleased.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that we could alter our commitments whenever we felt like it, because we were free. Even though we were living together, we were free to do pretty much whatever we decided to do, because there was no legal commitment.
Yeah.
There was no commitment to Christ over us, saying that this was a covenant and that we were committed to being right toward the other person. And a lot of times when you are cohabitating, again, you're not thinking about the long term per se, but this is the foundation.
It is.
Of the relationship. And even when I've talked to you about doing things prior to commitments and knowing where the relationship is going, it alters the thinking of everything. It alters a path that you may have wanted, or thought you were going in the right direction. It changes all those things, because again, when you put yourself in a situation, you start crossing lines. For a long time, my children's father and I had not slept together. But of course, when you start living with a person, you become more comfortable.
Yeah.
You become more enticed, and you don't know how to reject those desires. They become stronger, and at some point somebody's gonna fall.
Yep. No, for sure. And my thing is, you are way too comfortable. Like, you don't have that the discipline, because it's just like, you're in this all the time, so why not? And it feels so much kind of like marriage. Yeah. That it's like, okay, we're gonna go there anyways, so why not go ahead and do this here and do this now?
That's the deception right there.
Exactly.
The deception is, we know we're gonna be together. We know we're gonna spend our lives together. Why don't we go ahead and cross these lines?
My thing is too, I would want something to look forward to. Like, what's the difference? I know there's a covenant, there's the vows, there's the marriage and all that. That's great, but that's one day. You have the rest of your lives to learn each other and figure each other out, but you need something new that'll be different from what y'all have been doing, because if it's the same thing, it's just like, what's the point of getting married?
Well,
you know?
Right. So you're saying to do something different means to not cohabitate. That's what you're saying. To wait and go through the process of getting to know the person.
Yes.
You don't have to know all these things up front as far as how they live. I mean, those are things you can talk about, but you don't necessarily have to see it or experience it.
Right.
You're praying that you're meeting someone or dating someone that is honest anyway, that's going to tell you. Like, I remember saying to my husband now, before we got married, I would like a maid. I do clean up, but not so much. I can be a little bit on the, I'm not going to call myself a hoarder, but I like to keep things.
I'm just going to not say anything because, you can't say nice things. You just shut up. So I'm just going to shut up.
Anyway.
Because.
So then.
Let her have it. Let her have it.
Chyna, what are you saying?
Now, come on. Let's move on.
So moving on. But all I'm saying is,
you let him know ahead of time.
I let him know ahead of time.
That was so great.
I shared my weaknesses. That's all I'm saying. And
oh man,
you know, I don't really remember him sharing a bunch of his, but I remember sharing quite a few of mine.
And I think that's great. I feel like too, once you do get really comfortable and start having sex and shacking and all that, you stop really trying to get to know the person
That's true.
that you're dealing with. You feel like you know them already, or you've learned everything about them, when at the end of the day, I'm sure you haven't.
Exactly. You have not. Because the thing about it is, the things I did know about your father, those were some of the things. But of course, when we got married, I learned a lot. But I had all those negative thoughts planted in my head, too, from when we had been living together. Because, again, the foundation had been laid. There was, you know, quite a bit of dishonesty that was in the foundation of the relationship, a lot of game playing. And so when we went into the marriage, even from living together, we didn't stop that immediately just because we said I do. That was the foundation. That's what we were used to. That's what we were regularly practicing. So you don't just stop those habits.
And I think that's where people get it mixed up.
Exactly.
They think once they say I do, that somehow they magically change.
Yeah, it's like,
on the
inside.
inside.
I'm going to be good. I'm going to be right. I'm going to be honest.
If you're not practicing that in your life, in your daily life, saying I do is not going to change who you are.
Not even a little bit.
Like, you have to really want to be firm in that. And that's why it is good to practice the self-discipline and practice what God is saying, because he knows. He invented marriage.
Yeah.
So I think he would know the blueprint of
of
how to navigate, how to have a successful one.
Well,
You
I
know
agree
what I'm
with you. I agree with you,
I'm
daughter.
sure. Because what? I think y'all just magic or something. These weddings is magic and they not.
Weddings are not magic.
They
Hashtag.
magic.
Weddings are not magic.
Weddings ain't magic, babes.
They don't flip a switch and go, now that we've said I do, we're going to be righteous.
Yeah.
We're going to be committed. We're going to honor each other. Again, it has to already be within you. But again, if you're practicing these things on the opposite side of marriage, when you are calling yourself testing things out, before you make these commitments, you are asking for problems. Now, there's always somebody that overcomes failures and they end up hanging in there and they stay together even when they get married prior to having lived with someone.
Right.
Sometimes it works out. But I can tell you, if you would have asked those couples or talked to those people in those relationships, they'll tell you all of the trials and all of the problems that they had to overcome, even staying together, because the foundation was laid. And like I said, sometimes insecurity is one of the biggest issues that start in cohabitation and shacking. Because again, you feel like you can do what you want to do. You can sometimes manage the person's emotions however you feel, because there's no commitment. And sometimes that's not with a lot of care. It's not with a lot of concern that you're even worried about the other person, because you feel like this is temporary. This is a trial period. We're going to see if it's going to work out. But I can tell you from my experience and from talking to so many other couples and dealing with different relationships and talking to different counselors, what I am told is it is not good. It is not an antidote for a good relationship, for a great marriage. It is just the opposite of that. So, what do you say, daughter?
I say don't shop. And it's not me saying it.
It ain't us saying it.
But I mean, I can attest, like, when I have blurred them lines, you get real blind and you just don't see things clearly, and it's just better. Like, it really is to be it's kind of like a sober mind, having a sober mind.
That's good.
You just see things clearly. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Stuff is not, it's no confusion. You know what is and what is not.
Right.
And it's actually been really hard being so aware these days, because you see right through all the mess and the dumb stuff that people be trying to put out here. And it's just like, no, I ain't going for it now. You know what I'm saying? You learn from it. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that again. So
well, that's really all it is to shacking, guys. We are telling you that we don't recommend it. Stay away from cohabitation. Stay away from trying to test out your relationships first, in the sense of living with a person to see how they live, if they're organized, if they're clean. Ask those questions. Have those conversations.
I was about to say, you can figure all that stuff out before you get to live with somebody.
Yeah, just have to ask. Talk to their family.
Ooh.
Call the mama. Call the daddy. Sibling. Cousin. Do some investigating on your own. How about that?
Now I become a whole spy. Okay, I'm at a point I want to become a spy before I get married, because once I do it,
that's it.
That is it, hon. We're not doing this again. Not doing it again.
So to those future husbands, out there, she's letting y'all know, the future husband. I don't know on that future husband that's out there that possibly may be watching. She's not doing it more than once.
We in it for a forever lifetime.
That's all I'm saying.
Long run.
Well.
Okay.
So, Chyna, what are you okay with?
I am okay with not shacking and being, secure in that and standing my ground in that. I don't feel like nothing will waver that thought process, and that's just what it is. If you don't like it, you gone.
Well, and I'm okay with what she said. The thing about it is, know who you are. Don't feel like you need to live with someone to find out if they're the one for you. Find out on your own if they're the one for you. Know what you need to know up front. Do the investigating that you need to do. Talk to people if that's what you're concerned about. But I strongly suggest that you do not live with a person prior to marrying them if you know this is somebody you want to spend your life with, or you're contemplating spending your life with. Don't do a trial run.
Don't do it.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. So, Chyna, how can people stay connected to us?
Y'all can come watch us on YouTube. You can listen in on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We post every Wednesday at 9 a.m. And you can follow us on social media, on Instagram and on TikTok, the OK Then Show. Not the OK Then, but just OK Then Show.
OK Then Show.
OKAYDENSHOW. Yeah. So yeah, come see us, comment and let us know if y'all was out here shacking and y'all got convicted. It was like, or you already knew. And you was like, yeah, no, that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? So let us know.
I had to let that go. I had to let that go.
You was delivered.
Delivered.
Yeah, with a T on the end.
Well, we have enjoyed y'all tuning in. Make sure you like, share, comment, and keep telling the people to watch the OK Then Show.
Yes. OK Then.
Okay.